How you think you Aboriginal when you look just like an African? Call them out for a debate. Pick the video and then I laugh at them. Many niggas ain't even know shit. I kept trying to get this nigga to share my screen, he wouldn't even show this shit. Then they keep trying to play the straw man like I ain't noticing. But he out here blind as hell, he talking about his eyes open. He think he really doing some whole time I ain't even going. I told him come on and share that screen, like Apple, you pump fake. Call him Jimmy, he don't even pop out, cheap holiday in. Act like he started something, but he can't even defend. Now the Apple's looking at you like shit, what you on? How you gon' let Cosmo and Lucky take the decoy phones? He say fuck the Apple Dodger, man, he can't stand up. He say fuck that Luca shit, my nigga, he said that. Hey, you better quit lying on granny nigga, she can tell you that shit. How you got open smoke panel when you known for ducking phase? How you think you Aboriginal when you look just like an African? Call them out for a debate. Pick the video and then I laugh at them. Many niggas ain't even know shit. I kept trying to get this nigga to share my screen, he wouldn't even show this shit. Then they keep trying to play the straw man like I ain't noticing. But he out here blind as hell, he talking about his eyes open. He think he really doing some whole time I ain't even going. I told him come on and share that screen, like Apple, you pump fake. I told him come on and share that screen, like Apple, you pump fake. How you got open smoke panel when you known for ducking phase?
So you're wrong about saying
I'm wrong.
that slave boys is changing numbers. Yeah. Oh no, you trying to play with words. Shit is crazy. It literally says Native Americans, which means these people's slavery is a piece of history.
So look,
of that has been glossed over. Fisher said between 1492 1880, between 2 and 5.5 million Native Americans were enslaved in the Americas. All the Americas. In addition, in addition to 12.5 million, just like Slave Boy just said. So you're wrong about saying
I'm wrong.
That Slave Boy just changed the numbers. Yeah, I'm glad you said all right. Go ahead, we can move on.
They need to see an African, and they need to see an Indian, and they need to see the debate so they could choose a side. Not a coincidence is a major factor in this community, and people don't even know it. Goofy motherfuckers.
Peace, 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 peace. Peace, everybody. What's good? Thanks for pulling up. All right. Again, I got a debate coming up the 30th. I really need y'all here. Need y'all to pull up. I'm going to show a message from A1. This is the person I'm going up against. I want y'all to hear some of the things we said. Some of the things he said before I get into this conversation about Nat Turner.
I'm not impressed. I'm not gonna take advantage of you, brother. I'm gonna take advantage of not a coincidence. That is my lifetime of fucking op. It's not a coincidence. That is my
Lucky. Yeah, they like that song, Lucky. I told you I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna keep playing that. But let's get to A1.
Lifetime of fucking op. He's my lifetime op. And I definitely didn't like the way they celebrated after that fucking I don't know what it was, because the math wasn't even right. How do you get 50? Hawk got 50%. Not a coincidence, got 51%, brother. What kind of math is that? That ain't.
See, look, he's still going around here lying. So this is from the debate, right? And this is why we got to get him up out of here, because he's just a liar, right? He said if I win, he's gonna leave YouTube. So we got to hold him to that. But let's look at what happened the actual night of the debate when I won, and let's just hear the conversation.
Be 50-50, yo. It has to come out on the percentage of 100%. So it would still be 50-50 because how
He
can
ain't
you
get 50-50.
That don't
He
make
ain't
sense.
get 50. I seen 51%, so I don't know how to say 50. I seen 51.
Yes,
They said
51%, 51% to 49%.
Exactly. So that 51.
Yes,
They said
51%, 51% to 49%.
Exactly. So that adds up to 100, A1.
Yeah, well, you over there voting for yourself.
Yeah, so he's on Topcast channel, still lying, talking about the numbers wasn't right and all this other bullshit. The numbers was right. You heard what Aboriginal Power said. I want 51 to 49%. They still mad about that.
See? Not a coincidence got 51%, brother. What kind of math is that? That ain't that's over 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
the voter poll.
Bro, yes, that's what I'm saying. That was the voting poll. It was 51% to 50. And I was like, oh, no, we can't do that because that's not correct math.
That's crazy.
That's not correct math. There's no, you can't get a 1% out of 100%. I mean, a 51 to 50%. You could get a 51 to 49%, but not a 51 to 50%. That means something is not calculated properly.
And that's how he got his win.
That's how he got, and they.
He's still lying. He's going around saying that the poll came back 51 to 50%. We just heard them say that when I played the clip from the actual debate, it was 51 to 49%. I said it, and then Aboriginal Power backed me up. Chief Sun Warrior, with a name like that, I would think you would say I lost. But I actually did. You can say what you want. It's on record.
Hey, look, he got that 1% win, and he was happier than the fag with a bag of you know what. That nigga.
Like, look how he talks. He's too old to be talking like that. Like, who says phrases like that anymore? He's too old for that shit.
Took that win and slid. That nigga was like, yo, that nigga was living La Vida Loco, nigga. That nigga was like, yo, he took that win. And that nigga was like, yo, he was like, turn up. Like, he just walked in the room, everybody was dancing, music on and shit. Like,
we should have saw him down we should have saw him down in Mexico then, huh?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I didn't like that shit. I'm like, oh, you think you shining? All right. I got you. Don't worry. And I'm gonna bring my peoples with me. I'm gonna promote it on my channel. So, like, you know.
That's why I need to bring my peoples. They don't deal with just information. Right? This is a popularity contest over there. Right? But lucky for me, I have on the low, I have won the hearts of some Aboriginals. Obviously, because they vote for me. Even when me and BAP had a debate, I got 46% of the votes. I didn't even have my channel established like that at that time. I still don't have it established. I really started going live consistently in April. Right? And y'all been fucking with me hard body since then. I appreciate that. But a lot of I'm known just being in Aboriginal chats and jumping on their panels, beating them up. So whether they want to admit it or not, some of the Aboriginals taking a liking to me because they vote for me. Right? I think Aboriginal Power only beat me by 6%. They keep they don't want to talk about those margin of victories. Right?
If I lose, I ain't coming back around. You ain't gonna see A1 no more.
Oh shit.
If I lose, I ain't coming back around. You ain't gonna see A1 no more.
Yo, we gotta get him out of here, y'all. We have to get him out of here. He's one of the head pseudos. And the point is to what? Not just to argue with these dudes all day. We want to crush and bury this fake ideology. A1 said if he loses, he's not coming around no more. That's one less pseudo down. We got to get him the fuck up out of here. I need y'all help. I can't do it without y'all. No matter what I go up there and say, I can't do it without y'all.
Like, you know, if I lose, I ain't coming back around. You ain't gonna see A1 no more.
Oh shit.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm dead ass serious. I'm gonna take another sabbatical. If I lose to Not a Coincidence, I'm gonna beat Not a Coincidence so fucking bad, brother. Because the debate is, did black
buy A1 because you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose, buddy. I know you're gonna lose. Because for one, you fuck up. You go out there and you put your hand out there. I already know the dumb shit you coming with. So I'm gonna kill all that shit. Hopefully I go first. So I could just put all the shit out there before you even get to say it. Well, yo, look, you said he bluffing. Guess what? I'm gonna keep playing this. I'm gonna play this during the debate and everything. He gonna have to stand on his word. He's the fuck out of here. I need y'all help though. Look, Rob knows he's the worst. He's King Pseudo over there. Everybody drinking his Kool-Aid like he's Jim Jones. He gotta go. I'm gonna make sure of it. A1 is out of here.
you the truth? I'm dead ass.
Oh shit.
No. If I lose, I ain't coming back around. You ain't gonna see A1 no more.
Oh shit.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm dead ass serious.
The debate is December 30th. It's probably gonna be around 5 p.m. Eastern time. You heard what he said. If he loses the debate, he's out of here. We got to get him out of here. Like I said, the point is not to just argue with these dudes every day. We trying to kill this ideology. We got to get their teachers out of there. That's why I be trying to debate these dudes. This is why I go over there to try to disprove what they're saying in real time. But we have an opportunity on the 30th to get A1, autistic one, up out of here. They call him A-Run. He got to go. I need y'all help.
I'm gonna take another sabbatical. If I lose to Not a Coincidence, I'm gonna beat Not a Coincidence so fucking bad, brother. Because the debate is, did blacks own white slaves? I already got one black people. We already know Anthony Johnson owned white slaves, so he already lost the debate.
So if you was watching my last live, he made this same claim, and I showed why that's not true. Anthony Johnson did not own any white slaves. He owned one slave. His name was John Queso. He was the only one to be sentenced to enslavement, life enslavement. Anthony Johnson owned 4 white indentured servants. The last debate I had was between me and Hawk School, and that was the subject. The topic was, is indentured servitude and slavery the same? I won that debate. So that should be a dead issue now. We know that slaves and indentured servants are not the same. And I don't need to go over it. The information is out there. So it's not the same. So he has no record of Anthony Johnson owning any white slave. Only slave he owned was a Negro. But like I said, we got to get A1 out of here. We got to get him out of here. So now let's get to Nat Turner. Peace, everybody. Yo, like the video, y'all. Like the video, share the video. Peace to the chat. So the reason we got to get A1 up out of here, because he says crazy things. I showed some of the crazy statements he says, like he just said Anthony Johnson owned white slaves. He says William Ellison, Antoine Dubélec. I showed there's no record of these people owning anybody but black people. Right? He's trying to change our whole history. He wants to tell everything in reverse. He wants to, and now he's messing with, who we would consider our heroes. Right? He's messing with our heroes now. He's trying to change the story. So let's listen to what he said about Nat Turner.
Think of it like this. The Nat Turner story is bullshit too. Because if Nat Turner did exist, He was paid by Judah Benjamin to go into Hampton County, Virginia, and kill black slave owners. Because Nat Turner, if Nat Turner, think of it like this: the Nat Turner story is bullshit too. Because Nat Turner, if Nat Turner did exist, he was paid by Judah Benjamin to go into Hampton County, Virginia, and kill black slave owners.
So just him saying that, he just starts off by saying, "Oh, the Nat Turner story is bullshit." Like, and then he goes and doubles down and says, he was hired to kill black slave owners. Right. So we know this happened in Southampton. Let me show y'all something real quick. This is a book that A1 likes to show a lot. Right. It's called The Free Negro Owners of Slaves in the United States in 1830. Together with absentee owners of slaves in the United States. It was created by Carter G. Woodson. It says publication date 1924. So he loves this book, but we know that the Nat Turner Revolt happened where? In Southampton County, Virginia. This is Virginia. This is the page for Virginia for the black slave owners. And if we look here in Southampton, we only have two black slave owners. That's it. Just two. How many slaves they got? One apiece. This is a household of 5. This is a household of 3. One apiece. We know that, and we will see how many people was killed in this. We're gonna go through the details of this Nat Turner story. So let's just listen. You hear Ling Ling? He just all off topic, just saying anything. Where's this great dismal swamp, Harriet Beecher story? Like what? What does that even mean? This is why nobody gives him the time of day. Oh, I never switched it. Oh shit. Bad.
Uncle Tom cabin location comes into play because people want to hold their hats now after this Maroon documentary of claiming that our people was inhabiting Virginia's
He's just running his mouth.
swamp.
Let's get back.
You know why they around? Think of it like this: the Nat Turner story is bullshit too. Because Nat Turner, if Nat Turner did exist, he was paid by Judah Benjamin to go into Hampton County, Virginia, and kill black slave owners.
I wonder where he got that from. Or is that just something he always does, he makes up? Like I said, the debate is the 30th. We got him already saying that he's going to leave YouTube if he loses. This is why I need y'all help. I need y'all to pull up. I don't ask for much. Most of the time, I just ask for a like and a share. I tell you about a debate I have. But this one, I need y'all to come, man. So this is a newspaper article from the Constitutional Whig, Richmond, Virginia, August 29th, 1831. Right? And here we got extract of letter from the senior editor dated Jerusalem, Southampton Courthouse, Thursday evening, August 25th. So this part, I'm going to read some of it, but I want to go down to the second part because this part is where they talk about where they just arrived and they're starting to acquire the stories. And the second part I want to read is where They've been there now. They got the stories and they know what's going on. So it says the Richmond troop arrived here this morning a little after 9 o'clock after a rapid, hot, and most fatiguing march from Richmond. On the road, we met 1,000 different reports, no two agreeing, and leaving it impossible to make a plausible guess at the truth. On the route from Petersburg, we found the whole country thoroughly alarmed. Every man armed, the dwellings all deserted by the white inhabitants, and the farms most generally left in possession of the black. On our arrival at this village, we found Commander Elliott and Colonel Worth with 250 United States troops from the neighborhood of Old Point and a considerable militia force. A troop of horse from Norfolk and one from Prince George have since arrived. So they're all coming in because of this Nat Turner rebellion. Yeah, let me go down to where they talk about a couple days later. So the first report, I believe, was from the 25th. This is the 27th, Saturday. So he says, since writing the accompanying letter, that was the first part that we was reading, which was expected to have been sent off immediately, other prisoners have been taken, and in one or two instances put to death forthwith. They killed them on the spot by the enraged inhabitants. Some of these scenes are hardly inferior in barbarity to the atrocities of the insurgents. And it is to be feared that a spirit of vindictive ferocity has been excited, which may be productive of farther outrage and prove discreditable to the country. Since Monday, the insurgent Negroes have committed no aggression, but have been dodging about in the swamps in parties of 3 and 4. They are hunted by the local militia with great implacability and must all eventually be slain or made captive. All the mischief was done between Sunday morning and Monday noon. In this time, the rebels traversed a country of near 20 miles extent. Now, remember, A1 said, oh, look at all these black slave owners in Virginia. They didn't go through the whole Virginia. They was just in Southampton County. Murdering every white indiscriminately and wrecking the furniture. So how come they didn't say that they was killing black people, like A1 likes to say? We see here that they say murdering every white indiscriminately and wrecking the furniture. They set fire to no house, and as far as known, committed no outrage on any white female. A1 said they was attacking black folk. That's not what the news report said. So A1 would probably like us to believe that on August 29th, 1831, or this is actually August 27th, when it was actually written, it was published August 29th in the newspaper. He wants us to believe that then is when they decided to rewrite the history and tell a lie. They wanted to tell a lie right then after it happened. They said, you know what? We're going to lie to these people 200 years in the future so we can confuse them so they don't know they're Indian. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like the video, y'all. Share the video for me. Big up Virginia. It says, what the ulterior object is unknown. The more intelligent opinion is that they had none. Though some of them say it was to get to Norfolk, seize a ship, and to go to Africa. Why would they say that they wanted to take a ship and go to Africa? Why would that even be something that these white people would think of these black people who y'all are saying back then was Indians? Nah, they know that these black people was enslaved, and there was black people going to Africa to try to escape the United States. So that could have been a reason that these people thought of. Hey, they might have been trying to get to Africa. But we see that these are black slaves, Negro slaves, we see that they was killing white people, not black people, like A1 said. That's not what was happening. Matter of fact, let's go. Let's hear it again, because it'd be hard for me to understand sometimes. It's really, I don't.
And then on top of that,
It's too many like this. The Nat Turner story is bullshit too. Because Nat Turner, if Nat Turner did exist, he was paid by Judah Benjamin to go into Hampton County, Virginia, and kill black slave owners.
Where did he get a crazy story like that? So for for black people to own white slaves, Nat Turner's story had to be fake, or Nat Turner was really killing black people. That's his objective. That's what he's trying to make happen. But we know that's not true. We got the reports, right? It says the more intelligent opinion is that they had none, though some of them say it was to get to Norfolk, seize a ship, and to go to Africa. My own impression is that they acted under the influence of their leader, Nat, a preacher and a prophet among them, that even he had no ulterior purpose, but was stimulated exclusively by fanatical revenge and perhaps misled by some hallucinations of his imagined spirit of prophecy. Committing the first murder, finding themselves already beyond the reach of pardon, drunk and desperate, they proceeded in blind fury to murder and destroy all before them. It will be long before the people of this county can get over the horrors of the late scenes or feel safe in their homes. Many will probably migrate. It is an aggravation of the crimes perpetrated that the owners of slaves in this country are distinguished for lenity and humanity. Cotton and corn are the staples here, and the labor of attending to these is trifling compared with what is necessary in other parts of the state. Remember, who did they say they was killing? Murdering every white indiscriminately. Murdering every white. So we know this is something A1 made up. So this is the Nat Turner project. Like I told you, this is one thing that they shouldn't even say is fake. There's so much information and evidence and people writing letters and court documents and all this stuff pertaining to this event. It's very much documented. So this is the Southampton County, Virginia Court of Oyer and Terminer, trials August 31st to November 21st, 1831. So we got the individual trials of all the different people involved in this. Daniel, Tom, Jack, right? We can see the ones that was executed. There's even a woman in here. I think her name is Lucy. Yeah, here she is. Trial of Lucy, slave of John T. Barrow estate. Lucy was owned by John T. Barrow. Her trial, well, she was executed September 19th, 1831. Lucy, a Negro woman slave, late the property of John T. Barrow, who stands charged with conspiring to rebel and make insurrection, was this day set to bar in custody of the jailer of this county. The court summoned for her trial, having failed to meet, and the court doth assign William C. Parker counsel for the prisoner in her defense, and Meriwether B. Broadnax, attorney prosecuting for the Commonwealth, filed an information against the said Lucy, and thereupon the said Lucy, being arraigned of the premises, pleaded not guilty to the information. So Mary T. Barrow, a witness for the Commonwealth being sworn, says that on the 22nd day of August last, when the insurgents came to the house of her late husband, John T. Barrow, and were entering the yard, and she, the witness, was making her escape, the prisoner, a girl about 20 years of age, seized and held her about 1 minute until another Negro took her away. That she does not know certainly what her intentions were, but thought it was to detain her. So Lucy then grabbed up this white lady, held her for a little bit. Like I said, we got all the people involved, the ones who was able to stand trial. Here we have Nat Turner. And we actually have the originals, right? I think Nat Turner's on page 121. Yeah, we see his name right here. I don't know if y'all can see this, but it says Nat Turner right there. 121 in the court minutes book. Right? What does it say? Of Nat alias Nat Turner, a Negro man slave. But we're not going to read it from there. We can read it from here. Trial of Nat Turner, alias Nat Turner, slave of Putnam Moore, deceased, November 5th, 1831. Right? So, they say the same, pretty much the same thing. He's being summoned at a court of Oyer and terminal summoned and held for the county of Southampton on Saturday, the 5th day of November, 1831, for the trial of Nat alias Turner, a Negro man slave, late property of Putnam Moore, in instant charge for the conspiring to rebel and make insurrection. So let's listen to what Levy Whaler said. He said, Levy Whaler, being sworn as a witness, states that on the morning of the 22nd day of August, last between 9 and 10 o'clock, he heard that the Negroes had risen and were murdering the whites and were coming. So this is what a witness on the trial said. How come he like we got the Negroes, they're the slaves, and they're coming to murder the white. Well, A1 said that they was murdering black people. He said they was murdering black people. That's what he said.
Think of it like this. The Nat Turner story is bullshit too. Because if Nat Turner did exist, he was paid by Judah Benjamin to go into Hampton County, Virginia, and kill black slave owners.
Kill black slave owners. But when we look at the news reports, when we look at the trial records, they don't mention black slave owners. What do they say? They said around 9 and 10 o'clock, he heard that the Negroes had risen and was murdering the whites and were coming. That goes against everything A1 was saying. Because A1 is a liar. And that's why I need y'all there on the 30th. Y'all heard him say that he will quit YouTube if he loses this debate to me. This is important, y'all. I need y'all there. It says witness sent his son Thomas to the schoolhouse. He living about a quarter mile off to let it be known for his children to come home. Mr. Crocker, the schoolmaster, came with witness's children. Witness told him to go to the house, load their guns. But before the guns were loaded, Mr. Crocker came to the still where witness was and said they were in sight. Yeah, they coming. Witness retreated and concealed himself in the corner of the fence behind the garden in the weeds on the opposite side of the house. Several Negroes pursued him, but he escaped them by falling among the weeds over the fence. One Negro rode up and looked over, but did not observe him. So he hid. So this is witnesses at the trial saying that they was coming to kill white people. Where's A1 getting that he was hired to kill black slave owners? And I showed you there was only 2 black slave owners in Hampton County, and they only owned 1 slave apiece. We got that out of his favorite book by Carter G. Woodson. They're gonna say white means black. Yeah, that's the only thing they could do. Everything was told in reverse. Everything. I really want to know where he got this story from. Like, we got all the people. We got them. We got the originals. We got the court minutes from 1830 to 1835 in Southampton. We got them. This is well documented. Look at the trial of Joe. He was executed. Trial of Joe, slave to John C. Turner. His trial was September 19th, 1831. The Joe and Negro man, slave property of John C. Turner, who stands charged with conspiring to rebel and make insurrection, was this day set to the bar in custody of the jailer of this county. And Meriwether B. Broadnax, attorney prosecuting for the Commonwealth, filed an information against the said prisoner, and the prisoner, being arraigned of the premises, pleaded not guilty to the information. And Hubbard, a slave, being charged and sworn as a witness of the Commonwealth, says that about 1 hour by Monday morning, 22nd day of August, last, the prisoner came to his mistress' house, Miss Kathy Whitehead, with Nat, who has been hung, bringing a raccoon. Said he had been hunting just after the family had been murdered. Did not ask who had committed the murders or why it had been committed. Prisoner lived about a mile off and had a wife at Miss Whitehead's. Prisoner appeared reluctant to go with the murderers, but were told by them he should go, and he went with them. Christian, a slave, was also charged and sworn as a witness for the Commonwealth, and says that the prisoners came to her master, Mr. Elijah Atkins, about 8 or 9 o'clock on Monday morning, the 22nd of August. Last with Turner's Davy, who has been hung as one of the insurgents, and another, the prisoner, was armed with a sword. Inquired where her master was, as she answered he was gone. Prisoner said he might go on. Davy inquired if there was any gun or ammunition in the house and proposed to break in the house. I remember it was a couple weeks ago, some said, where did they get weapons from? They stole them. That's what we try to tell y'all. They stole the weapons from the house. Oh, I'm not even showing. My bad. They stole the weapons from the house. So Davy inquired if there were any guns or ammunition in the house and proposed to break in the house. I forgot who asked that silly question. But where did they get weapons to rebel? Chief Son Warrior, come up here and show me where Nat Turner was killing. What'd you say? Let me see. Said A1 was right. Nat Turner, a black European, was killing black American Indian slave owners white Africans. This is a troll. He's just saying anything. White Africans. These dudes, they're crazy. Like I said, we got nothing but reports of this. This is something else that they have on the Nat Turner Project. National response. Newspapers and individual citizens across the nation reacted to the events in Southampton in a variety of ways, both public publicity and privately. Responses range from indignation and horror to and sympathy and even satisfaction. Black and white adherents to the emerging abolitionists caused stress the inevitability of the kind of large-scale rebellion that the slaves in Southampton County had affected, and the culpability of Southern slaveholders in the bloodshed. Other Northerners offered their support to the Southern whites. At such time, some white Southerners acknowledged these sentiments and voiced their appreciation. Let's click on one of these. So this is Robert Montgomery Bird's diary, August 27th, 1831. Born in Delaware in 1806, popular playwright Robert Montgomery Bird lived most of his life in Philadelphia. After graduating from the University of Pennsylvania in 1827, he began writing poetry and drama. His first play, The Gladiator, opened on September 26, 1831, while Nat Turner was still hiding. Written before Southampton Rebellion occurred, The Gladiator coincidentally told the story of a slave revolt that had taken place in Rome in 73 BC. When Burr began a personal diary on August 27, 1831, 5 days after the revolt in Southampton began, he mentioned the rebellion and recorded some of his thoughts about the slave revolt in the United States. This is from his diary, page 15. If The Gladiator were produced in a slave state, the managers, players, and perhaps myself into bargain would be rewarded with the penitentiary. Happy states, at this present moment, there are 600 or 800 armed Negroes marching through Southampton County, Virginia, murdering, ravishing, and burning those who the grace of God had made their owners. 70 killed principal women and children. If they had but a Spartacus among them to organize the 500,000 of Virginia, the hundreds of thousands of the states, and lead them on in the Crusader massacre. What a blessed example might they not give to the world of the excellence of slavery? What a field of interest to the playwrights of prosperity? Some days we shall have it, and the future generations will perhaps remember the horrors of Haiti as a farce compared with the tragedies of our own happy land. The vis et amour, whatever, will be repaid. Violence with violence, a various with blood. I had sooner live among bedbugs than Negroes. He would rather live with bedbugs than Negroes. So that was out the diary of Robert Montgomery Bird. So we have people documenting this stuff in real time while it's happening. But they'll say it's all made up. It's now registers, Baltimore, Maryland, September 10th, 1831. Virginia, the troops that marched from Virginia to Southampton have returned. Several of the black taken prisoner have already been condemned to death. There is a great deal of force and truth too in the following remarks from the Boston Courier of this subject. We infer from the tone of the newspaper in Virginia that the public will not be satisfied with anything less than the total extermination of the murderers. Public justice would strike only at the leaders, for they and those who philanthropy excites their disaffection still more than they are farly accountable. The mischief, but oppressed as Virginia is with the tremendous evil of slavery, it is to be expected that men will take counsel of their fear rather than their reason. At an entertainment given at Petersburg to the Richmond Light Dragoons, John H. Pleasant, Esquire, offered the following toast: Henry B. Vaughan, the Jerusalem publican, who's speculated upon the bones of his kindred, which the dragons went to bury, avenge. The idea prevails that because of the terrible events in Southampton, the white population, in case like outrages in the future, will retaliate by any indiscriminate slaughter of blacks. And such we think will probably take place. Indeed, a few days since in Charles City County, a rising of the Negroes being feared, the armed body of white men shot down 2 blacks because they attempted to run away. So, black slaves running away? I thought it was told in reverse. There was much fear and failing in several of the lower counties of the state, and the white inhabitants seemed to be in constant excitement. A Negro man, supposed to be the famous General Knott of the Southampton Negroes, arrested and detained at Baltimore as a runaway slave, Negro slaves, has been demanded by and given up the executive of Virginia. Many of the prisoners have already been executed. The Fredericksburg, Virginia arena has the following remark. It is gratifying to state that the language held by our editorial brethren of the North in relation to the late disastrous occurrences and entirely unobjectionable, we have seen no taunts, no cant, no complacent dwelling upon the superior advantage of the non-slaveholder state. On the contrary, there has been a burst of generous sympathy and unequivocal expression of horror at the scenes enacted by the deluded wretches. We have no doubt that should it ever be necessary, the citizens of the northern states would promptly fly to assist of their southern brethren. We speak of the vast majority, fanatics. There are doubtless who, so far from thus acting, would not very much scruple to foment disaffection and excite servile insurrection. So they're talking about the rebellion. They're talking about black people killing white people. The total opposite of what A1 told us. The total opposite.
Think of it like this. The Nat Turner story is bullshit too. Because Nat Turner, if Nat Turner did exist, he was paid by Judah Benjamin to go into Hampton County, Virginia and kill black slave owners.
He has no evidence of that. That's something he literally made up. He probably got it from I don't know where, but I'm leading to believe he made it up. So if it was fake, why would laws be passed after this event happened? Right? To stop these certain things from happening again. Right? I mean, if we listen to A1, A1 tells us that it was black people in power. So why are black people making laws to suppress Negroes if they're Negroes themselves? What sense does that make? Hold on, give me a second. My fault, y'all. I'm back. So why would there be laws after the fact? Right? Laws passed. After the revolt in Southampton communities, the state legislature across the South considered the implementation of new, harsher restrictions against enslaved and free African Americans. Citizens often petitioned the lawmaking bodies as they debated revisions of existing black codes. Some petitioners argued for the necessity of more stringent laws. Others protest the move towards greater restrictions of free and enslaved black residents. In the months following the rebellion, revised slave codes were passed in numerous southern states, including Virginia. So we could just look at some of these laws, right? This is Richmond and Courier, October 7th, 1831. A meeting of citizens in Upperville and vicinity of Fauquier County was held on the 9th instant. Dr. B. Rist in the chair and Dr. T.W. Smith, secretary, for the purpose of making into consideration the late disasters of Southampton and North Carolina. They came to a resolution that the large and frequent meetings of slaves in the neighborhood and other parts of the county, some of them for purpose unknown to us, call for more vigilance on our part than has hitherto been observed. And although we flatter ourselves we have at present but little to apprehend, we presume the unfortunate inhabitants of the places above mentioned were equally unconscious of danger until the moment when the fatal tragedy commenced. The decreasing boldness and insolence of the Negroes, generally late, we consider also as another reason why our attention should be drawn towards them. If black people are in power, why are they calling Negroes them? They wouldn't be calling themselves them. They therefore organize themselves into light companies of patrol and resolve that each member of the association should keep in constant readiness a musket or fowling piece and recommended to the commandments of the regiment and magistrates throughout the county and the Commonwealth to carry into immediate effect every part of the patrol. They're trying to stop black people from meeting up to prevent further rebellions like what took place. Let's see, laws patched March 5th. On December 6, 1831, the citizens of Northampton County sent a petition demanding that free African Americans in that county be removed. They want to get rid of all the free black people. Well, the black people in charge, why are they trying to get rid of black people? In March of 1832, their request was fully granted. The General Assembly passed a bill that would remove a number of free black people from the state and transported them to Liberia. Why are black people making this law if black people are in charge? And that concerning the county of Northampton. Whereas from a representation made to this General Assembly by the people of Northampton County, it satisfactorily appears that it is absolutely necessary not only to correct the government of their slaves, but also to the peace and safety of their society. That the free people of color should be promptly removed from that country, and also in order to effect their removal in a manner as humane and as little oppressive as possible. The people of the said county assembled in the public meetings have appointed a committee with authority to borrow a sum of money not exceeding 15,000 to be being reimbursed by an annual tax or be levied on the people thereof. Right? Why do black people want to get rid of the free black people? Right? A1 says that black people running shit at this time. It don't sound like it. It definitely does not sound like it. Let's go to North Carolina. Yes. Oh, all right. So here they're talking about no slave shall go armed with gun, sword, club, or other weapon, or shall keep any such weapon. Right. It shall not be lawful under any pretense for any slave or free person of color. Wouldn't this be the people who's running it, the free people of color, to preach or exhort in public or in any matter to officiate as a preacher or teacher in any prayer meeting or other association for worship where slaves of different families are collected together? Now they don't want people preaching to each other. They don't want the black people preaching. They know that be stirring them up. If any Negro, mulatto, or Indian, bond or free, shall, upon any trial where he may be examined as a witness, commit willful or corrupt perjury, he or she shall, upon conviction thereof, be sentenced to receive the same punishment as imposed upon a free man for the commission of the same offense. Negro, mulatto, or Indian, bond or free. A1 says that the white people was the bond men, the bond women, the slaves. So how come they're not saying making these laws against white people? Hmm? Look, it says it shall not be lawful for any free Negro. Why are they not making these laws about white people, A1? Or free person, free Negro, mulatto, or free person of color to hawk or peddle within the limits of any county in this state without first obtaining a license from the court of pleas and court of sessions of the county in which they propose to hawk or peddle, I guess work, which license shall be granted for 1 year only, and only when 7 or more justices are present. Why are they making black people go through all these loops? If black people are in charge, wouldn't they be making the laws against themselves? Because it says free person of color. So this is Alabama laws, 1832. So obviously by now we know A1 just been making it all up. It's obvious, right? And like we always do, all the links to the sources are in the description. You can navigate your way through and find the same thing I'm looking at. So all the naysayers like OG Green Machine, Chief Sun Warrior, Lotus, you can go check the sources yourself, which we know you're not going to do because you don't read. Oh, we got Smoke Hawkins in the building. So Alabama. So after the Nat Turner Rebellion that A1 says is fake, we got a bunch of laws that start popping up because of this rebellion. Right? In the 1832 session of Alabama legislature, lawmakers passed measures that imposed the death penalty for circulating seditious material that prohibited free African Americans from settling in the state. The legislature also prohibited the introduction of slaves into the state, and the law passed on January 16th, but they repealed the law on December 4th of the same year. And that provided for more speedy trial of slaves and free person of color. Why it's not white people? Hmm? How come these laws aren't against white people? We see them say Negro, mulatto, Indian, free person of color. How come they're not saying white people can't do this? White people can't do that. It makes no sense. Why? Because it's not true. They won't be making it up, and they all fall for it. We got nothing but records for this. Right? So this is more Nat Turner insurrection documents. I told you this is one of the most, when it comes to an event that happened, whether it's slavery, just events, period. There is so many documents, right? On the evening of August 21st to 22nd, 1831, an enslaved preacher named Nat Turner launched a revolt in Southampton County, Virginia. Over the course of a day, Turner and his allies killed 55 white men, women, and children. Authorities declared martial law in Southampton County to regain order. Enslaved men and women who were suspected of supporting the revolt were detained and held for trial. Those who were convicted were executed or transported outside of the Commonwealth. Among them was Nat Turner, who was eventually discovered and brought to trial, convicted and executed on November 5th, 1831. In 2013, staff selected documents from state and local government records collections related to the trial of Nat Turner and digitized them as part of a unique collection. The collection includes correspondence to and from Governor John Floyd, criminal trial papers, Commonwealth causes of the enslaved people involved in revolt, and public claims and petitions from enslavers seeking compensation for their enslaved people who were convicted. Highly documented. So this is stuff that is going to and from the governor. I know all this stuff is fake, right? I mean, they said they got this is 128 additional documents. I put the link in the chat, man. Don't be afraid to hit the link, y'all. So, but we're gonna take a little break before I go back into more of these documents. Let me see. So, where my shit at? Yeah, but A1 said he gonna quit, y'all. So we gotta get him out of here.
Think of it like this: the Nat Turner story is bullshit too, because Nat Turner did exist. He was paid by Judah Benjamin to go into Hampton County, Virginia, and kill black slave owners.
And then on
That's why we gotta get him up out of here, because he say crazy shit.
Like, you know, if I lose, I ain't coming back around. You ain't gonna see A1 no more.
Oh shit.
Bye.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm promoting on my channel. So, like, don't worry. And I'm gonna bring. All right. I got you. Don't worry. And I'm gonna bring my peoples with me. I'm gonna promote it on my channel. So, like, you know, if I lose, I ain't coming back around. You ain't gonna see A1 no more.
Oh shit.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm dead ass serious. I'm gonna take another sabbatical.
Bye.
If I lose to not.
Oh shit.
This is why it's important, y'all. We gotta get him up out of here, man. We gotta get him up out of here. I'll be right back.
Gentle beat. How you think you Aboriginal when you look just like an African? Call them out for a debate. Pick the video and then I laugh at them. Many niggas ain't even know shit. I kept trying to get this nigga to share my screen, he wouldn't even show this shit. And they keep trying to play the straw man like I ain't noticed. But he out here blind as hell, he talking about his eyes open. He think he really doing something, whole time I ain't even going. I told him come on and show that screen, the apple you pump fake. Call him Chinky, he don't even pop out, cheap holiday in. Act like he started something, but he can't even defend. Now the apple's looking at you like shit, what you on? I ain't gon' let cost money like he take his Croy bones. He say fuck the apple doctrine, man, he can't stand up. He say fuck that look of shit, my nigga, he said that. Hey, you better quit lying, no granny nigga shit, tell you this shit. How you got open smoke panel when you known for ducking phase? How you think you Aboriginal when you look just like an African? Call them out for a debate. Pick the video and then I laugh at them. Many niggas ain't even know shit. I kept trying to get this nigga to share my screen, he wouldn't even show this shit. And they keep trying to play the straw man like I ain't noticed. But he out here blind as heavy, he talking about his eyes open. He think he really doing something, whole time I ain't even going. I told him come on and show that screen, the apple you pump fake.
I told him to share my screen and them elbows got the pump faking.